Thank you for joining us. And Martin, good morning.
Morning, yeah.
What do you think of the wicket itself, Martin?
I like the wicket. I think it's nice and firm. It looks as though a little bit of moisture perhaps underneath. So, you know, there could be a little bit early on for the seamers. But I think it'll be a good batting wicket as the test wears on.
Martin, it's interesting that you have brought in just a seam attack and left out the spinners on this type of wicket. Any particular reason for that?
Well, we are an inexperienced bowling side altogether. And, you know, we've gone for those that are in form. And there hasn't been a lot of form so far. But we've gone for the players that we feel are confident of showing good form in the test match.
Right now, Murphy Suva seems to have the best figures for the New Zealand team that's playing today. Of course, you've bowled the most number of overs for New Zealand so far on this tour, the side that's out here. What do you think of the young prospects? You've got 3 new boys in the side.
Yeah, we have. We've got 3 new boys who are talented. You know, they've come through the grades. But it's an exciting time for them for their first test, so they'll be quite nervous. Yeah, our bowling, as you say, is we rely on Murphy Suva. You won't see me bowling, I can assure you of that. But it's a great challenge for these youngsters to make a name for themselves.
The unfortunate incidents that took place outside your hotel last week, which led to the 4 boys going back home, has it really affected the team as a whole?
No, I think the boys that stayed behind felt that they were okay, that there was enough security and safety, and that they just wanted to play cricket, and they wanted to play against these Sri Lankan boys. So that's what they're here to do. They're here to play hard cricket. The guys that have come over obviously have got no worries, and we're confident that things will go well.
Martin, wish you and the New Zealand team all the success on this tour, and I'm sure the Sri Lankan cricket supporters are waiting to see the New Zealanders play on this tour. Thank you very much, Martin. And joining us now is Arjuna Rantunga, the Sri Lankan captain. Good morning, Arjuna. And what are your impressions of the wicket and the outfield, Arjuna?
I think wicket looks good. Outfield is not perfect. I don't think we will get a perfect outfield, especially in the 2 days, even in 2 days. But I think both of us are keen to start as soon as possible. I think we are having a look at 10:45, and we might be able to start at about 11:15, 11:30 the latest.
Arjuna, coming back to the bowling attack itself, interesting that Jayananda Varnavira has been included in this attack, as New Zealand have left out their spinners totally. And what do you think Jayananda will do on this track?
I think Varnavira has been bowling pretty well last couple of years, and we have been picking him once to go to New Zealand, and now I think he's bowling the best at the moment. So I think it's fair by him to give a chance and see how he fares in the international matches. And in the other hand, I think the wickets will be very slow because of the rain. I don't think we will get a fairly decent tracks right throughout the series. So we were expecting more turn than seaming.
Also, are you happy with the inclusion of Gamini Wickramasinghe, the wicketkeeper specialist, in this side?
Yes, we had a problem last 2-3 years we have been having this problem without playing the regular keeper. Now I think we have stick to the regular keeper because especially bowlers like Varnavira and Donna Arunasiri, we can't afford to miss any stumps and caught behind. Any top keeper might miss, but that's a gamble they take. So I think even Devapri, they have been keeping pretty well, and I think we picked Gamini mainly on experience, and he has played Test cricket, and he has been with us for a long time.
Now, because of the strong rains Colombo has been experiencing in the past few weeks, most of the first division matches in club cricket were not being able to be completed. Now, has this really worried the batting form of all the top batsmen?
Yes, it is. I think most of the batsmen, they haven't got a proper batting turn. Starting from the top and till about number 7, we haven't had enough cricket. I think we can't give any excuses. I think we are very keen to get into the grounds and do best as possible. I think it's high time for us to start winning, and all the boys are very keen to start winning. So we are going really flat out to win this series and even the one-day series.
Thank you very much, Arjun, for joining us, and we wish you all the best in this tour against New Zealand.
A bright and sunny morning greeted the cricketers at Moratuwa. Umpires Katie Francis and T.M. Samarasinghe starting off play 75 minutes late and 18 overs deducted. The Sri Lankan captain Arjuna Ranatunga, having won the toss, had no hesitation in sending New Zealand in, and Sri Lanka going into this match bringing in Gamini Wickramasinghe as wicketkeeper and utility bowler Jayananda Varnavira. Hashan Tilakaratne has been relieved of his duties behind the wickets. Veteran John Wright, a late replacement, and Blair Hartland, the 2 opening batsmen for New Zealand. Champaka Ramanayaka, 27 years old, playing in his 14th test match. will be opening the attack with Dulip Lianage as they did against the Australians. New Zealand have 3 test caps in this game. That's Blair Hartland scoring the first run of the match. Gurusingha doing the fielding. Hartland playing in his 4th game. Lianage to Hartland. A loud appeal, disallowed by the umpire. Wrapped on the pad, but the ball drifting down the leg side. Ooh, Ramanayaka beat John Wright all ends up. That was a good delivery. And not in very good touch. John Wright completely beaten by a very good delivery. Ramanayaka putting a lot of effort to it. The ball just moved off the seam and off the wicket. Ramanayaka, who had 8 wickets against the Australians at the same venue. Here's Lianage. To Hartland, edges him, and Aravinda De Silva takes a good catch at first slip. And that's the end of Blair Hartland, and Lianage strikes and strikes well. Getting an edge, the ball dropping short, but Aravinda single-handed held on to that one very well indeed. As Vice Captain Andrew Jones comes in, he has 500 runs against Sri Lanka, including 3 centuries. Dulip Lianage to John Wright. Ooh, a bit of lift. And Lianage has bowled quite menacingly in his opening spell. Ramanayaka to Andrew Jones. Dropped it short and he got it on over the slip cordon. That'll be 4. The outfield slow, but enough power to take that ball into the boundary. So that's the first boundary for New Zealand this morning. And the ball hitting Jones as he batted up. Loud appeal, but the umpire not interested. And well outside the line of the stumps. Jones, one of the most accomplished batsmen for New Zealand. Ramanayaka's next delivery very well turned away to fine leg region. There'll be runs for it as the ball drops in those rather wet areas. Lianage to Jones. He plays him on the onside. Hashan Tilakaratna, the fielder, gives chase to mid-wicket area, and score keeps mounting as New Zealand get on top of the total. And here's Jones doing the bulk of the scoring at this rate. Drinks coming on, and Wright has been there for quite a while. Lianage has been the most impressive and the most successful bowler so far for Sri Lanka. John Wright, a man of 77 test match experiences. Ramanayaka bowls, and a brilliant catch there by Asanka Gurusingha at third slip. And the change of ends for Ramanayaka brings him instant success, and a very good change indeed by the Sri Lankan captain, really overjoyed. And right there, not right in line with the stumps and the delivery, and just getting an outside edge. What a brilliant catch there in the slips. Ramanayaka getting that ball to just drift away, and Wright looking to play that almost from the crease, and dejected as he walks away. A disappointing crowd nevertheless as the New Zealand captain comes in to the middle. Don Arunasari, the 4th bowler tried by Sri Lanka. Gurusingha, desperate attempt to make a catch of that one. He was nowhere near picking that ball up. Arunasari also Sri Lanka's most recognized spinner. Crow very well indeed, getting off as Jananda Varnavira comes in, picks up and returns to Gamini Wickramasinghe. That was a good throw. will be expected to bowl later in the day. Armsari bowls and Jones steers it. Chandika Athursingha fields. No ball called, and that's the third no ball by Champaka Ramanayaka. Extras a healthy 10 at the moment. New Zealand 50 coming up for the loss of 2 wickets. The waiver delivery, although it came in, Jones picking that line very early. New Zealand batsmen have done quite well. Hooks it, not with much power, but Varnavira gets behind, returns. Martin Crowe, having faced up to 23 balls, very sedate start from him. Strokes it on the onside, and there's runs for him. Sanath Jayasuriya on the field for Ramanayaka, out for a brief period, and the New Zealand captain now playing up to the bowlers with a lot more ease. And as I said so, he comes up and drives on the onside. That's a good looking stroke. Varnavira gives chase. The ball may not reach the boundary. As Varnavira gets to it, the ball in that rather wet area at long on. Renegade drops short, and that's the first positive stroke there from the New Zealand captain. Down to cover point for 4 runs. Very well struck indeed, and Lienege cannot afford to bowl short at a batsman of his nature. This time overpitched and forces him on the onside. Ranatunga gives chase, at least another couple for Martin Crowe, and timing that ball quite well. Lienege drops it short, and this one pulls away, and that will go to the boundary at mid-wicket. So Lienege conceding 10 runs of 3 deliveries as Percy Abesekara picks up, and Martin Crowe onto double figures. Well in line and played it quite well, although the ball did not rise up as much as he liked. Struck it quite firmly. So Jones on 29 and Crowe batting increasingly with confidence. And here's Jananda Varnavira, utility bowler, into the attack. Not a particularly convincing stroke there from the New Zealand batsman, as Varnavira, a very difficult customer indeed, is looking to sweep him down to square leg region. And Lienege and Ramanayaka, the 2 opening bowlers, the success stories for Sri Lanka. Varnavira to Crowe, and this one he gets it away. Oh, brilliantly taken by the Sri Lankan captain at mid-wicket, and that was a marvellous catch. You couldn't have asked for a better attempt by the Sri Lankan captain against Martin Crowe, and look at that. Went for a full-blooded stroke, didn't quite get hold of it, and look at Hashan Tilakaratne taking evasive action and diving full stretch and taking a brilliant single-handed catch, Arjun Ranatunga. Excellent bit of fielding there on the outfield. Varnavira strikes and strikes well. New Zealand losing their 3rd wicket with a total on 77. A marvellous effort indeed. And here's Ken Rutherford coming in. Load of experience for him. He's scored 250s in the 2nd test at Harare. Lienege bowling to him. And that's a good delivery. A very good first delivery to Rutherford from Lienege. And the slip fielders really waiting for it. Aravinda, Roshan Mahanama and Guru Singha. 2 good catches in that area, and that one very close to getting a touch. The crowd improved as the afternoon has more action. Rutherford in strike from Varnavira. Drops it short outside and he cuts it, and that's down to the third man boundary. There's no fielder there. That'll be 4. And that's a good stroke from Rutherford. Well on top of it and hit it with a lot of power. The outfield very much improved. And Jones in particular having very good touch and keeping that scoreboard moving, which is important for New Zealand. Lineage now bowling to Andrew Jones with the 3 close-in fielders quite prominent. Outside the line edges and comfortably taken by Roshan Mahanama at second slip. That was a pretty straightforward catch, and that's the breakthrough Sri Lanka were really looking forward to. And Lineage picks up his second wicket. Some very consistent bowling, and Andrew Jones departs, having faced up to 97 deliveries and hit 2 boundaries. And that's the dismissal once again. Outside the line of his off stump and not quite over it. And a top edge comfortably taken by Roshan Mahanama. So 3 good catches in the slips, and the new batsman in is Chris Harris. And here's Rutherford pulling Lineage away 4 runs in front of the New Zealand dressing room. And Rutherford in particular not letting anything get away, very much in control as he pulled it away, smashing it down to the boundary, back to the square. Lineage to Rutherford once again, pulls him around to mid-wicket. Hashan Tilakaratne gives chase, and so does Jananda Varnavira, who gets to the ball just inside the boundary as it stops in that rather slow outfield. And the throw comes in as the batsmen complete 3 runs. So Chris Harris, one of the 3 New Zealand debutants in the test team. And that's Rutherford coming down the track, hoisting over, long on, that'll be 6. A marvellous stroke, and Rutherford really not looking to be bogged down just after the century was posted for New Zealand. Here's Lineage once again, sweeps it and very delicately timed and placed. Chandika Hathurusinghe on the field, the batsman complete 1. Really good throw. So Rutherford now taking over the scoring. The partnership well worth 20 runs. Harris have not played in Zimbabwe. And over the head of the close-in fielders, Jananda Varnavira to Ken Rutherford. Edges hit to third man region. There's no fielder there. Past Aravinda De Silva. That'll be 4 more. Aravinda De Silva standing somewhat wide, and a big gap there as Varnavira pitched it just outside the off stump and very delicately glided away past Aravinda De Silva. He had very little chances of cutting that one away. Chris Harris did not play in Zimbabwe and has been New Zealanders' most prolific scorer on the Sri Lankan leg. Aravinda De Silva allowed appeal, disallowed by the umpire, looking in for some off-spin variety by the Sri Lankan captain. Rutherford in strike. Down the leg side and missed by the wicketkeeper Gamini Wickramasinghe, and that's the first bye of the innings, signalled by umpire T.M. Samarasinghe. So Rutherford on 42 and Chris Harris on 8, doing a very valuable service after the last wicket fell at 87. The clouds really building up, and Lineage's 2 wickets quite prominent there, and ably supported by Ramanayaka and Varnavira 1 each. The difference has been Jayananda Varnavira's inability to break through as he bowls to Chris Harris. There he is, using his height to very good advantage. He has a long reach. The dark clouds quite prominent there as the 2 batsmen confer. Rutherford going down the track to Don Arunasiri and misses it, and Gamini Wickramasinghe also misses it. Tragedy here for Sri Lanka. And Hashan Tilakaratne has a chance of having Rutherford out. He misses the stumps and Rutherford is home. Oh, that was a very big miss there by the Sri Lankan close-in fielders and Wickramasinghe in particular, as Rutherford and Chris Harris walk off the middle as play is suspended for bad light. No hope of a resumption as the clouds very much over the Tyrone Fernando Stadium. So that is the story, and the scorecard reveals the lack of match practice on the New Zealand and top order batsmen, and although 3 of them got into their stride, did not quite capitalize. And Martin Crowe, having lost the toss, made 19, and Andrew Jones 35, and Ken Rutherford 46 with a life, and Chris Harris on 11 doing the bulk of the scoring. The extras 13 and 10 no balls must be of concern for the Sri Lankans. And in the bowling for Sri Lanka, Ramanayaka 1 for 33 bowled well. Lianage the most successful, 2 for 43 of 16. Hathuru Singh did not impress for his 2 overs. Arunasiri deserved very much better figures, 15 overs, 4 maidens, none for 32. Varnavira, the other wicket taker, 1 for 19 of 13.1 overs. And Aravinda De Silva chipping in with 4 overs. 2 good partnerships for the second wicket between Andrew Jones and John Wright, and for the third wicket between Martin Crowe and Andrew Jones, resurrecting the New Zealand innings in the top order. We hope you enjoyed, and please join us tomorrow when we bring you highlights on the second day's play, and good night.